Energy Secretary Petilla has submitted the proposed joint congressional resolution that will authorize President Aquino to contract additional generating capacity to address the looming power shortage in Luzon next year. The draft resolution provides, among others, the details of the anticipated power shortage, the needed additional capacity, and its impact on consumers. More of this report from Freddie Abando.
For the past 3 years, the growth of the economy has been sustained, especially in Luzon. Because of this, the demand for power is on the rise to maintain the course. Manufacturing, for one, has been on a surge. So with the business processing outsourcing, the boom in construction, the increasing flow of tourists, most of them in Luzon, which is under threat for a looming power crisis for the summer months of 2015. The President has asked Congress to grant him the authority to secure additional generating capacity for the Luzon grid to prevent brownouts, which could set back the gains of the economy.
It's not as if we're going to have 8-hour, 10-hour brownout, but we will have supply problem in 2015. And nowadays, people cannot actually afford to have any brownout. Okay.
Today, Energy Secretary Petilla submitted to the House the proposed joint resolution which Congress will pass for the President to invoke Section 71 of the APIRA law to deal with the emergency, since government cannot provide the additional generating capacity without the concurrence of Congress. The resolution detailed the power shortage, its impact, the plan to secure the additional capacity, and the cost, and finally, the impact on consumers.
My suggestion is really for the government to own certain assets, whether it's leased or actually purchased. Okay. Now, the cost is going to be enormous.
With the approval of the APIRA law, the government, the executive branch, is prohibited from spending money for power generation. So that if there is what we call a imminent power crisis, then the President has to go to Congress and ask an authority, a joint resolution from Congress to be authorized to establish additional power generation. Shortage
is pegged at 800 megawatts, 500 megawatts to be secured from the interruptible load program. To date, 160 megawatts has been committed. 300 megawatts will be sourced by government through lease or purchase. The cost will range from 5 to 10 billion pesos to be sourced from the Malampaya Fund. Petilla said it would be best to purchase the generating sets to ensure that in case of a power shortfall in the future, the said sets are on standby and will not secure another authority from Congress for emergency powers.
If you want a definite capacity, it's expensive. If you want cheaper, there is, but you won't know if you'll get them until probably end of the year or even just before summer starts. So this is the trade-off, and this is the tricky part.
But how much will it cost for electricity consumers? This is the tricky part, since Congress is against any measure which will burden the people.
The cost of power is really, the most expensive power is no power at all. We're trying to avoid that. My job as the Secretary of Energy is, I don't look at the price anymore. First thing is first, make sure that we have enough supplies.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.